fanboy over here. Just a fanboy.
Welcome once again, everyone, to the re-entry buzz. That's right. We are entering twice on this buzz, or it is our second buzz of the evening. That's right. True. It is our second buzz of the evening. We're recording this just after our podcast episode. Thank you so much for listening to that. But now we are re-entering, where Cole and I choose a random sample from our bucket with over 100 samples in it. We have no idea what this is. We asked Google to roll the number between whatever and whatever, and it came out with this. So we pulled that number out without looking at the label. We dumped it in a glass and we threw the bottle away. And now we're going to nose it. We're going to taste it. We're going to guess where it's from. We're going to tell you what we think about it. And we're going to tell you what we pay for it. We're going to do all that right now. So Cole, are you ready to sniff on 3? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, off the front, off the look of it, I was like, this is definitely American, but I'm not sure. Maybe it is American.
It has a very distinct smell. It has a smell.
Crap, what is that?
That hit me right away. Okay. All right.
What is that?
I normally my the cards aren't tipped this far to me in advance, but I'm there are some distinct things that I can rule out.
Yeah. So, okay, let's take a sip and then we'll say what we'd pay for it right off the first sip.
Deal. Oh, baby.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh, dang. Okay, right. What would I pay for this? Okay, so it's hitting me right. I'm really enjoying this. But that's not to say that it's like some like uber super duper exceptional thing. How much would I pay for this? I would pay like 85. I was about to say 90. We'll just go with 90. We'll go a little higher. I think if I paid 90 for this and I was sipping this at home, I wouldn't be like, oh damn, I can't believe I spent that much on this. That's like my threshold of like, yeah, I paid 90 for this, and like some serious craft went into this and that I can appreciate.
Totally. I'm with you. I think this is worth about 90. Yeah. Easily. Just off the front sip, but we'll be right back. We're going to sip a little more. We're going to write down some notes. But before we're going to go to break, but we're also going to write down our guesses for the blind tasting. So we'll be right back and we'll give you our guesses and our notes.
We're back. Thanks for sticking with us. We're going to run through our notes. We're going to run through our guesses, and then we're going to reveal what it was. But I'm going to go first, and I'm going to tell you my notes. So on the nose, I got these like dark, like stewed, earthy grapes. A lot of like earthy, dark, dank, deep grapes.
Ooh, speaking my language.
On the palate, I got big grapes. Apparently, I wrote down the word grapes a lot.
Nice.
Heavy, sweet red wine finish from a young distillery. That's what I wrote.
Nice.
Finish is light ABV sting, light alcohol sting with a tannic, fruity finish flavor. Tell me your notes, Cole.
I wrote them down like this. Definitely a finished single malt. Reminds me of a Whiskey Del Bach product, but not mesquited in this case. Dried fruits and barley. On the palate, I said rich dried fruit. Unsmoked malted barley, almost viscous. And did I mention rich? Twizzlers notes, like strawberry Twizzlers notes. Really good Twizzlers notes.
Yeah.
On the finish, I got a chocolatiness. Really nice, rich chocolate sweetness with the dried fruit. Glorious, I said. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to make the guesses first?
No, I got you.
Okay.
So my guesses. Type, I went with bourbon.
Really?
This was not malty enough for me to
really?
say.
No, I'm like 100% malty land.
I'll be honest. On the nose, immediately, my immediate like eyes wide open reaction when I sniffed it first, I was like, "Oh heck yeah, American single malt."
Yeah,
but it just was not malty enough on the palate for me to go with that. So I went with bourbon. I went with a wheat secondary grain.
Interesting.
Right. So for distillery, and I don't even know if they do this, but who cares? I went with Art of the Spirit.
Nice. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. How malty they were. Yeah.
Kool-Aid
or
man
how
right
like
behind me here.
intense they were.
So for proof, I can't wait to see what you thought on proof. But for proof, I went with 108.
Okay.
For my standard, the first thing I check is this over or under 100? And I thought that this pegged over 100, so I went with 108.
I think you might be right.
So for age, and I didn't look it up. I don't know. I don't care. For age, I went with 5 years, whatever. For finished, I wrote God yes.
Yeah.
Port or Madeira is what I wrote for the finish. Port or Madeira. And for the bottle, and here I hedged a little bit.
Okay.
I went with this World Whiskey Society 10-year port finish.
Okay.
So I've also had this. It tastes super similar to that. So just in case it's the World Whiskey Society, I went with that. For the score though, it's 8.7. It's up there. It's very high. It's respectable. And this is a personal choice. This is not me telling you that this is the best whiskey in the world or anything, but does this tickle Bryan Rapp's fancy? Yes. The amount of finish flavor on this is something I super enjoy drinking. So I award this an 8.7 on the Bryan Rapp scale.
Nice. We're different and close at the same time, but I definitely went single malt. I went American single malt on this, John. Secondary grain, I said not applicable. I said distillery whiskey Del Bach. At first, I was thinking this might be Normandy, because it's got that almost pear brandy like finish kind of.
I've never
but
had
I went pretty close to your proof. I went 106 here because I put all my eggs into one basket. And I also said age 2 year. And I said tawny port barrel finish, and I said the bottle was Whiskey Del Bach fall 2023 release Dustin's blend.
Oh,
which I haven't had, but I can only imagine it is something like this.
Very cool.
A score, I gave it a 9.1. I think
nice,
especially with the view of a single American single malt. Thought it was amazing, well balanced, rich, full bodied here.
Big finish. I mean,
but
big.
Then when
big
you said the Art of the Spirit, I was like, crap, it might be that.
Right.
So,
yeah. Well, I'm happy
ready to pull it out.
Happy to play games of the mind here. Yeah. All right. I have it in my hand here. I am ham-fisting it, ready to go.
All right. We get the
1, 2,
label.
3.
Yep. I was darn close.
Nice.
Whiskey Del Bach Frontera. All right.
Oh man, we'll tally it up here.
Yeah, we'll
let you know who won here right after the break.
All right, Cole's excited because didn't you win last week, Brian?
Yes, I believe I did.
So we're tied in season 2 now. So this is the second episode of season 2, and Cole. Wait a second. No. No, this is episode 12, right? No,
this is episode 2, 12, whatever you want to call it, season 2.
Oh, so I wrote it wrong on the title, whatever it is.
Nice.
So episode 12, so 2 of season 2. And we drank a American single malt, Frontera from Whiskey Del Bach. Frontera is a non-smoked American single malt that is finished in sherry casks. So I said American single malt. Brian said bourbon. I got 3 points there for getting American single malt. Secondary grain, I said not applicable. Brian said wheat, and I got 3 points there. Yep, because not applicable works because there's one primary grain and no secondary. Distillery, I got that one right. I said Whiskey Del Bach. Just a fanboy over here. Just a fanboy. Brian said art of the spirit. Proof, we both said 100 plus, and it is a 97. So neither of us got points there. I said 106. Brian said 108. The age, I said 2 year, 5 year for Brian. It is no age statement. Even though I think it's probably closer to 2, no age statement gets no points. And then is it finished? The rule here is you have to say no is a quality answer, but also you have to guess the exact barrel if it is finished. And I said tawny port. Brian said, God, yes, port or Madeira. And neither of us were right because it is sherry. Bottle, I said Whiskey Del Bach 2023 fall release, Dustin's blend. I was wrong. Brian said World Whiskey Society 10-year port finish. He was wrong. The points added up. Cole 11, Brian 0.
Boom.
Which stakes. I feel bad.
I have nothing to say for myself other than I don't know if I've ever been so close on all the
you were close on everything.
Tasting notes and everything. Like, I don't know. I just somehow like my pockets are empty out of all this, and I don't know. I have no regrets on my guesses because I feel very strongly about all this. There's so little maltiness, in my opinion, on this. This tasted sweet and corny, so stick 'em with the bourbon guess. But anyway, I've never had this before in my life. I think it's very good for what it is. So now I know what to buy.
Check them out. I think I was just looking on their website. I think it is still available. Yep, it is still available. $90 on Whiskey Del Bach's website. So if you're interested, getting a really nice malty and, well, at least in my opinion, malty and finished American single malt, check them out. So this was good. I'm proud to have caught up to your score in season 2 already. And we'll see how next week goes. Any other thoughts, Brian?
No, I'm good. I despite my shame of 0 points, I'm feeling good. I'm loving it.
All right. We'll see you guys next time on the Reentry Boys.
Yeah, well, I'm happy
ready to pull it out.